What's going on YouTube? So I just want to do a quick video on some custom scales I had put on for my Code 4. As we all know, if you guys are following after you like the Code 4, you like cold steel. I love cold steel. They usually make shit flawless. I have really very little complaints about their blades, especially in the premium level, right? It's very little complaint about the knives, but I did have a complaint about the Code 4. My biggest complaint, I see it's a lot of people's complaint, is to use that slick aluminum handles, right? That real thin, slick aluminum, which I don't know why they went with that. They should have put texturing or checkering in it or something, you know, because I see a lot of people that put checkering or a pattern of some kind to give you grip, because these things, it's just straight aluminum and they're thin. It's real thin profile. So it feels really funky in hand. The knife itself looks bitchin'. That's why I bought it, because it looked freaking awesome. The blade looks badass. The handle, the shape of the handle looks badass, but I freaking hated the grip. It's too slender and it's too slippery. I put this in my pocket, even with the clip, sometimes it'd fall out. I go to the gym, it'd fall out of my pocket, you know, and I don't really use the pocket clip too much. You could. With the pocket clip, I'll admit it did stain a little better, obviously, but it's just too slick. And most times I throw it in my pocket and I go about my day. But, you know, if you're doing car work, you're going to the gym, it's constantly falling out. I was constantly losing it, sitting in the seat of my truck. It always fall between the seats of the truck. I have to try to find it, pull it out because it's too slick. And just the feel of it, the ergonomics of it being that thin, I didn't like it. You know, the shape was okay, but the feel of it. So I had my boy, Wyatt Hines, man. That guy, I swear, he's an artist at what he does, man. He's a knife maker and he does custom stuff for you. He does a lot of my blades, even blades that are made by their makers. You know, I got he's done work for my K-bars, on my Becker blades, on all different types. I have a few, like the one that I got from Ultimate Knife Search. I believe his name's Custom Biking now. Espen, he has a knife that he sent me, so he cleaned that up, made it look nice, put etching in it. So he does really good shit. And then he was a little bit nervous about this one because he's like, I haven't done handle skills for folding knives, but I'm sure I could probably do it. And let me tell you, well, let me show you. He knocked it out of the freaking park. Look at this freaking thing. So I wanted something a little thicker. So yes, it did make it thick. It did make it thicker. It's not unbearably thick. It's to me, it's perfect. It's perfect. Some people will be like, oh yeah, it's too thick. You probably ruined it. Not to me. That's personal preference, right? For me, I prefer a little thicker knife with a better texturing. And look at this. Hear that? It's canvas micarta, so it grips. It's grippy. When it gets wet, it even gets grippier. So this thing feels so good in hand now. Look how Wyatt did it. He beveled all the edges, so there's no sharp spots. It's all smooth. It's all contoured for the same shape as the handle, both sides. He opened it up, left it so you can still get access to these tighten these screws up here if you need to tighten the pivot screw, pivot bolt to make it tighter or looser. And it feels so much better. I mean, it feels like a work knife now. Now it feels like you can go to town. You can shave stuff all day, carve all day with this. Don't have to worry about the slipping. This is thick enough now so you feel it in your pocket a little more, so you don't have to worry about it sliding out. A little more grippier. You can see there, it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And he did an amazing job lining everything up, making everything smooth. You could barely feel where everything starts here. I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect. In my opinion, it's perfect, you know. I was a little nervous too, you know, it's gonna look a little weird, a little funky, but in my opinion, and when you put it in your hand, you'll get it. You have to actually hold this, actually put this in your hands and feel the extra little girth of it and feel the tackiness of the micarta. I mean, it made this knife amazing. It made it a work knife now. So this is going to be my work knife, you know. So, I mean, if it was just for collecting or something, like this one here, maybe I would have just kept it original and just maybe cleaned up. But I actually wanted to use this one. You know, I already been using it anyways and scraping it up and, you know, cutting shit and just, you know, around the house and at work and everything else. So I was, you know what, I'm going to make this a work knife. I want to make it a work knife that feels comfortable in my hand. And even with this added thickness, I don't feel it. I don't feel it in my pocket that much. It doesn't feel a big difference, put it that way. I'm used to big knives. You see, I carry the Medford T. I carry big ass knives. I carry the Spada large all the time. So, I mean, to me, big knives is not a big deal. I know some people are like, oh, you know, anything past 4 inches is too big. Or not. For me, I like these big ass knives. So it's not a big deal for me. And he kept it where you could still use this little contouring. I mean, this jimping here. So everything's open. I mean, he just did an amazing job. Amazing job for for something new that he hasn't done before. Like I said, he's a perfectionist at a lot of stuff he does, and he was a little worried about it. He thought it maybe looked a little bad, but I was like, nah, I think it looks bitchin'. So, yeah. I can't, every time I send him something to do, he always knocks it out of the park, man. So I'll be sending him some more things in the future to do for me, you know. Like I said, I haven't been disappointed yet with him. Not one thing he sent back where I'm like, oh man, he kind of messed up. No, everything has been like better than expected. But and I love the Tonto look of this Code 4. It's just so nice. It's just such a nice knife, such a beautiful knife. Cold Steel does amazing Tonto points. I just love them. And now even better. So took this slippery thin knife and turned it into something even more beautiful. All right, YouTube. I just want to do a real quick one just to show you the handle scales on this that I got done. That's it. Please like, subscribe, and until next knife, gun, or whatever.